Good evening, family and friends. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. I'm back in here to talk to you this evening or this afternoon or this morning. I'm here to talk to you about you got this. Whatever it is that you're working on, thinking about, contemplating, whatever it is, you got this. So, a part of this little segment here is just to encourage you, motivate you, inspire you that you can do it. Whatever it is that you put your mind to, you are well able to carry out in full whatever it is that you aspire to do. But in order to do that, you got to believe in yourself. Now, me, I have a lot of positive messages posted all throughout my house. I've always been that way, but especially more so the past 2-3 years because I've really been on a really intense self journey of love, self-empowerment, getting closer spiritually in my relationship with God. When I say my relationship with God, that means just being able to start my day with meditating, end my day with meditating. Sometimes I do it throughout the day. That's just a few minutes of quiet time to check in with me and to affirm myself, to remind myself that I matter, I'm loved, God's got me, I'm safe. I forgive myself for my past imperfections, and I'm headed in the right direction because God's got me. And so because he has me, I want to tell you that you got this. Whatever it is that you've been contemplating to do, let's get started on it, okay? So for me, I have positive messages everywhere. That's what helps me because what we focus on and give energy to, it comes into fruition in our lives. It comes to be. It turns into realization. So, just as we can will ourselves by negative thinking, well, I'm never going to be anything, nothing ever goes right for me, I can't get anything right, I'm dumb, I always mess up. Just as we can, those are words. Words have power. And the more we speak like that, it takes root. It's like planting a seed, and every time you speak, that seed is already in there once you start talking poorly to yourself. Every time you speak it out of your mouth, it's like watering a seed that you've planted under soil. Every time you speak, you're watering that seed. So I choose to speak positively to myself because I've already learned through my past mistakes that if I can speak negatively about me, if I can speak negatively about life, I can do the same thing, but I can speak positively, about myself, about life, and I'm going to pour everything I can into being positive about my life. And as I began to do that, my life started picking up momentum and things started changing for the better in such a positive way where today it's such a habit. So that's why I have little postings all throughout the house, because for me, the repetition of it, and for you, the more you repeat things, let's say you're trying to ride a bike, right? You get up and you try to ride that bike, and you're going to fall and you're going to skin your knee. You're going to keep falling until you've fallen enough. You keep getting up, you keep trying, and then it becomes okay. Through repetition, you learn how to ride the bike. So it is with our mindset, changing our mindset, turning that wheel so that our minds can start affirming us and saying, guess what? You got this. You can do this, man. You can do it. Whatever you put your mind to, man or woman, you can do it. So I have affirmations and all sorts of positive messages everywhere. You can do the same. I clip out things from, look at this. I wanted to read this. Okay? Can you see that? I'm going to put it right here in front of my face. I want you to read that. Take a picture of it with your phone if you have to. This stuff matters. Okay? And now I'm going to read it. Do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, you have to do better. That's a quote by Maya Angelou. You see that? I have that hanging down on just on the wall somewhere, like in wherever I pass through. I have these things all over the house, and they can be from anybody, whoever I find positive messages on. So the more you see stuff, positive messages posted around, it starts taking root. We're planting a seed, and we water it. You start speaking it out to yourself. I say it out loud. It's a habit now. I talk to myself all the time, and whatever the situation looks like, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I can do this. I got this. I've failed more times than a little bit. So what I've become an expert at is the getting up. That's what you got to do. And you're going to do it. Here's another one. You ready? Bam. You see that? Take a good look at it. Get your phone out. Take a picture of it. Okay? Because we're talking about you got this. And so in order for you to know that you have this, you got to instill it in your mind. This might seem silly to other people, but this stuff is real. If we change the programming of our minds, then it's going to take root, and then we're going to start seeing things better. Our perspective, right? These eyeglasses are a symbol of our perspective, how we see the world, how we see our circumstances, how we see other people. As we plant positive stuff, pour it in our head, right? Pour it in our head, feeding ourselves these things, right? In time, it takes root, and then you automatically start thinking this way. As you start thinking this way, your whole life turns. It begins to turn, right? Little by little by little by little. It starts turning, and as it's turning, then it becomes a habit. And then you start saying this stuff to yourself. The goal is not to be better than the other man. That's gender neutral, man or woman. The goal isn't to be better than the other man, but my previous self. But your previous self. This says you're not competing against the rest of the world. You're striving and working to be the best version of you that you can be. Not the person next to you, not the person, down the hall from you, next door to you, around the corner, not your family member, not somebody, whatever, not somebody you saw on TV. You're competing against you. Put your energy into being a better version of yourself. The more you do that, it's going to lift your spirits. It's going to boost your confidence as you step out, because you have a new outlook. You got a new perspective on life because you're feeding your mind positive things. If you sit around with a bunch of people that's doing a whole bunch of gossiping and or just negative and complaining, that's what you're going to do. You are what you eat. If that's what you eat, that's what you surround yourself with, that's what you're going to be. You'll find nothing good going on in the world, and you're going to be a complainer, a habitual complainer, a career complainer. But we know here in this room, God's been too good to us, so we're going to pick ourselves up, look at what we have in our hand. This is the hand of life. We have life, health, and strength. Every day we wake up is an opportunity to start over. Every day we wake up is an opportunity to access change. It's within our power. So when you put these things around, you get in the habit of being positive by feeding it to yourself. Listening to audio books while you drive. Things on motivating your mindset, changing your mindset, thinking, focusing in on gratitude. What do you have in your hand? What has God blessed you with that you have today? You have life. You're breathing because you're watching this. You have vision because you can see or hear me. If you don't have vision, but you can hear me on this video, you're blessed with the ability to hear. If you can see me, you're blessed with the ability to see. And you can take in these nuggets, and this can help scoot you down the road to being your better self. And then you can find other content like this and eat that, feed yourself that, because we are what we eat. You're pouring this into your mindset. And in order for that mindset to change, you got to keep pouring this stuff in. You're not competing against the other person. You're striving to be a better version of yourself. Here's another one. This is my calendar, one of my mini calendars. Bam. See that? What does that say? That's my calendar for April. Okay? April 2025. You might see this video and it might be April 2030. Point made. Guess what? Believe in yourself. You can do this. So this video is just called You Got This. It's all sorts of bullet points in here to pull out. Read it, watch it, rewatch this video again, send it to somebody that you know needs it. You got this. I don't care what life looks like. I don't care what life feels like. I don't care how many mistakes you've made. I don't care if it's just you and you feel like you don't have support. I do care in the sense that I'm here to tell you, come on, get my hand, come on, it's time to get up. It's time to get up from where you at, that land that says I can't do it. I don't have what it takes. I don't have enough support. You can do it. But you got to start in here. As you start putting positive information in your head, it takes root by the repetition of it. And then the repetition of it will cause your thinking, your perspective, how you think and how you see life, it will get better. It will get clearer. And as that changes, your behavior changes. You'll become more positive. You'll lighten up. Your shoulders will relax. When you walk in a room, your disposition, your aura, how you present yourself as you move throughout your day. When people see you, they feel that energy. When you're a positive person, they feel that. And the weird thing is some people will not like you because to them it puts up a mirror. It does this to them. It puts a mirror up to them, right? It puts a mirror up to their face and it tells them, guess what? Something has to be wrong with her because that's not our normal disposition. And so that just simply means that their view of life, their perspective is still in a broken state. And we've all been there. So we're not here to talk down about that. And prayerfully, they'll get to a point where their perspective can change. But once your mindset changes, you get to see things in a more positive light. You start the speaking. You have to speak positive about yourself. When you're thinking negative, stop yourself in your tracks. Reverse whatever that thought is. I can't do this. I can. Oh, wait a minute. You have to stop yourself. I can do this. I can do difficult things well. I can learn. I can accomplish anything that I set out to do. So every time that negative thought comes, whatever that thought is, flip it and tell yourself the opposite of that. Because you know negative thoughts, that's not from God. That's just a spirit that wants to take you and drag you back and down into that hole of depression and bury dirt on top of you and keep you there in a tunnel, in a hole, thinking that you're alone. You're not alone. You have a whole room here. We're here to tell you that you can do it. You got this. Here's another thing. That's something I found in a thrift store, guys. I drop off stuff at the thrift store and I go in there sometimes and pick up stuff. If it's something that catches my eye. I like meaningful things. I told you when I moved from my other house, I got rid of everything in the house. I donated it because I didn't need it anymore. And I wanted a fresh start because there are people out there that could use everything that was in there. For me, this was cathartic for me. It was a cleansing for me and a new start. Telling myself, I'm more than things and stuff. The house didn't make me, I made the house. And I don't have to have all this. And it's not about having what some people say, oh, you're a minimalist. No, ma'am, no, sir. No. And if you are, this is no disrespect to you. But no, ma'am, no, sir. This is a cleansing process for me. Because in order for me to usher in what God has for me emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, from everything that he has for me, I have to clear out the old. So that was my way, my cleansing of myself. That's what I did. And I took my time and started getting things in my other home and getting some of what I wanted and all of what I need. I have more than what I need. I just say that to say you can start over. Whatever it is that you want to do, you have to put your mind to it. You have to think it into existence. Imagine yourself doing whatever it is that you aspire to do and just keep imagining yourself in that space. And over time, your body, your mind, your behavior, your thought processes start moving in that direction. So here's another one. Take a picture of it. You'll see it on one of my posts, on one of my YouTube posts. Faith, it doesn't make things easy, it makes them possible. So when we have faith, it doesn't mean we wipe away all difficulties, all the hills and valleys and ebbs and flows of life. No, it means when we go through life, we have this whole backpack on. The name of that backpack is faith. And that means we're just trusting God through the process. We don't have all the answers. And guess what? As we take one foot in front of the other, we've done our research on whatever it is that you aspire to do. And we've taken our necessary steps to try and line things up and move in that direction. And you're not going to always have the answers A through Z. However, when this comes in, faith comes in, that means you're telling God, okay, it's me and you now. I surrender. I want for my life what you have for me. And I'm moving in that direction, of the direction I've been praying. I've been quieting myself down, having meditation time because I need your guidance and direction in my life. There's something on my heart, whether it's something I need to let go. That could be a relationship. In order for you to stand up and say, hey, I know I can do this. I got this. Maybe it's a toxic relationship. And that relationship could be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, BFF, so to speak, a buddy for a guy. Sometimes it's your family where you have to say goodbye to it and love people from a distance because it's so toxic. And in order for you to be well, you got to stop out and, you got to stop and take time out and say, guess what? Time out. Because in order for me to be well, I got to unplug, right? I got to unplug from this busy life and I got to go get in a quiet space. And if you see my other videos, that quiet space for me was about 2.5 to 3 years. It started before then when the pandemic hit, but that cleansing process of getting rid of everything, I had to get to the quiet and let all the distractions go, the furniture, everything. It's like, you know what? I need all of this out of here. I need it to be me and God right now. And I said, God, it's me and you. I'm here. I surrender. Everything I've done in my life to this point, I've been hitting a wall emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I need to come out of this rut. And so for those 2.5 to 3 years, guess what? I didn't have much contact with anybody other than my immediate family and my children. Because I needed healing. I needed clarity. And you can't have clarity when you're out hanging around with a bunch of people and you got people in your ear and you're talking to everybody about what you're going through. Guess what? Everybody has an opinion, right? I used to be one of them. I had an opinion and just talking. I can't hear God when I'm talking. And we end up more confused because we're looking for answers from everyone else but God. So if you want to get to a place where you're hearing from him because you got this, you're listening to this, you're watching this, this is the beginning of that wheel turning for you. Whatever it is you're thinking about, if it's going back to school, getting a different job, changing careers, leaving this relationship that you know is not serving you, you're the one pouring in. You're the one pouring, trying to save a ship that's already under the water. You can't save anyone that doesn't want to be saved. You have to stop and look in the mirror with yourself and talk to yourself and say, self, I'm fighting hard for it, but they're not. What is really going on here? Is that love? No. Love is an action word. That's something I've told my children. That's something I tell myself. Love is an action word. Anyone who says they love you, I look at it like this. I remember hearing some speaker, I don't know if it was a minister or somebody, say that just think of when a child loves you. If your children love you, for those of you that have children, when they go to school and they're growing up, they're going to bring you home things like I used to do with my mom, right? They're going to bring you home things and say, oh, Mom, look what I made for you. And they're so happy. and they show you what they made for you, right? And it might just be scribbled all over the paper. But the bottom line is they gave that to you. They made it out of love. And because they loved you, they brought you a gift, right? We're not talking about being materialistic. This means when you're in a relationship, there has to be a balance here. Okay? There has to be some balance here. Some form of, guess what? I am not the only one sitting here pouring into a cup or a bucket with a hole in it. You're pouring. You wake up pouring because it's in you. You're a giver. And when you're a giver, you got to be careful and learn your boundaries. Okay? I'm a giver. I've learned my boundaries now. I know them very well now. It's here and no more. Here and no more. I'll gladly redirect you. Here and no more. I'm very protective of my time, my space, who I interact with, who's in my ear, who's in my space. My time's valuable. My peace is priceless. Here and no more. If you're out there and you know that's you, you're giving and pouring and pouring and giving and giving and pouring, and you feel like you got to be loyal, you a ride or die, you just going to hold on and ride it till the wheels fall off. Well, guess what? The wheels will fall off and so will you. You're loyal to an idea, a thought, right? You're loyal to your perception of what you think the situation is. So while this conversation turned into all that, the bottom line is if it's you, you have to get up and bust a move. You have to be willing to move and change and trust God in your process. If you're men out there, you can't hold on to this if you know it's not serving you well. You got to walk away from it if it's not serving you well. This relationship leaves you more stressed and worried and chewing your nails trying to figure out how you're going to do this and that. It causes you more hardship than it gives you peace. There's no peace. You're the one giving. Don't you know a taker has no limits on how much they'll take? They'll sit back and watch you bust your behind trying to do everything and tell you how much they love you. And in between that, who knows what you're going to get in between that. But the bottom line is they're there and they got their heels in and they're comfortable watching you bust your behind. You better get up from there. No, thank you. You're better than that. Man or woman. Women, you don't need to go seek out a man to take care of you. You have to trust God. You got to trust God. You got to take what he gave you, whatever skills you have. And if you need to chime in and take some online classes while you raise your kids, ask me how I know. I was pregnant going to nursing school and had 3 children. So I say that to say, use what you have. Work it. If you have reliable people in your house that help in your circle that can support you while you make this change, you say, Lord, help me. Get me up from here. Okay, I'm a bust a move, but I need you to help me. And you have to do it. You got to make steps to do it. Women don't sit here and be looking for someone to take care of you. You have to take care of yourself. And as you, and women and men, you get up out of these toxic relationships because they're going to prevent you from being your best. Because while you're thinking thoughts of growing and moving forward, this person that's broken is not interested in you moving forward. They want you to stay right there. They don't want to hear you say, I got this. Or even hear you or see you watching anything like this that says, you got this. You got everything within you to make it. You can do it. They don't want you to do any of that. So I just tell you this. Look, this video took a whole nother turn. But the summary of it is whatever it is that you know you need to do. If you got to get up from there, get up from there. You might be afraid. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay. Ask God to cover you, keep you, and protect you. Utilize your resources. Tap into your support system and get moving because life is passing by. You don't need to be loyal to a concept of what you'd like to have, to be able to say, I have someone and I'm going to stay with this person because they were down for me. They were down for me back in the day. Honey, this is a new day. This is a new day. Just like I got up and emptied that house out and moved on, guess what? It's time for you to empty out your emotional house of, and maybe your physical house. Get up and move out of these situationships, I heard one of the ministers say. And that's what it is foolishness. Move up out of it. It's not serving you well. When God sends you the right person, he wants you to be healed and in a state where you've had that quiet time. The few years I talked about, with yourself, where you can look in the mirror and say, what's eating at me? And as I start working on those things, get some counseling, get some prayer, meditate, exercise, eat well, get some rest, repeat. You start healing from the inside out. Your mindset starts changing. While your mindset's changing, your perspective starts changing. You start seeing life in a better way. You start feeling lighter. You start feeling more confident because you start realizing as I do that, blessings start running after me and tap you on the shoulder and be like, boom, here, new house, new job, new peace, new rest. You're not pulling somebody else's train, somebody who wants nothing out of life but to be a pain in your side. And in order for you to stand up and say, you know what, I did that. I didn't know I could make it through that. You got to let it go. It's a dead weight. And you don't have to be loyal to your idea of what a relationship is, but start being loyal to you and the fact that God has a plan for you and you can get to the other side of all this just like I have all my life. I've been getting to the other side. And now I'm in a new space and place. And even this channel is new. I've never done anything like this before, but I've been coaching people all my life through my pain. Inadvertently. I didn't really know that's what it was. I was just being me. Even in the profession that I chose. Encouraging people, nurturing people, helping people heal physically, right? And giving them a touch of love while I'm in there changing their bandages when I used to do that. All the different work that I've done over the years. Just showing love. And outside of that, just trying to be it, even when I was at my most broken state, in my inner core, I am a loving person. I want to see people do well because I know what pain is. And when you've experienced pain, you want to see people well. When you start working on you, and you know generally your foundation is love and kindness, but you got to unplug so you can heal. As you heal, you're like unstoppable. And God will start sending more opportunities your way because you're just this new person, right? You just feel so good. You don't have all this extra baggage of someone telling you what you can't do or just getting in the way. And while you're healing, while you're growing, while you're learning and just tapping into this whole other side of you that you didn't even know existed, just learning to love you and who you are today, how you look today, where you're not comparing yourself to anyone, not the stars on TV, not other people who, you used to think look better than you and all. Forget that stuff. You're blessed and highly favored. You can do anything you put your mind to, Bookie. So it's time to get up. I'm going to tell you one last time, you got this. I'm here. Look at me. I'm here. Start pouring positivity into you. And I'm going to say this scripture for you, and I'm going to get up out of here. It is Proverbs. It's one of my favorites. I say that a lot, but it really is. Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, verse 5 through 6, okay? And it says, trust in the Lord with all of your heart, not a little bit of it, with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he, guess what, will make your path straight. And when he makes that path straight, guess what? You start getting little nudges. Go here, do this, try that. That's him making your path straight. That's because you've trusted in him. You said, God, I surrender. Everything I've tried to this point has not worked. Or it's been a bumpy road. It's not going to be, necessarily a super easy path, because anything worth having, it requires some testing. Think about gold. Think about diamonds, right? They don't just pop out and be. No, it's a process. It's a hard, grinding process. So you have to be able to endure. Okay? So trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him. Submit to him. I surrender, right? And he'll direct you. He's going to show you the path. That's what that means. Just trust in him. Try not to lean into what you think is the right thing, because God doesn't think like us. We're human. He's not human. He's a spirit. He lives within us, and he's there nudging you, saying, don't do that. Don't go there. Don't say that. Don't wear that. Don't eat that. Right? So you got this. All right? I tried to make this like a 10-minute video. We're at 30 minutes now. I want y'all to have a good night. Be well. You got it. We're going to make 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 it. Right, Max? We're going to make it. You want to lay down? You can lay down if you want to lay down. Come on, good boy. Come on. Oh, I love you. I love you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You just want a snack, don't you? This is a snack jar. Look at it. See, this is what I do. I'm telling you about these positive messages. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. See that? That's how I have to live my life, guys. That's how I'm here on this other side. And the peace that I have is unlike any kind of peace anybody could have in the date and time that we live in right now. But it's possible for you. You can and you will have peace. And the peace that you get from God is a special kind of peace where sometimes people think you're a little crazy. They think you're a little crazy because you're a little too peaceful, and they might think you're on crack. And if you're at work, they might want to do a random drug screen on you because they might think you're just a little too happy or a little too peaceful. And that's fine. They can have all that, honey, because I'm okay with it. But it's the peace of God that people don't quite understand. And they're like, what's going on with that person over there? She's quiet. I didn't used to be quiet. I'm more quiet now. I'm more reserved. I've learned to, in social settings, just kind of fall back, speak when I need to speak and just observe. Because the old me, I talked, oh, Lord Jesus, I talk so much. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm done with all that talking now. But so I turn my energy here because I want to share my experiences with you to lift you up and remind you that you are beautiful. There is nothing that you can't do. If I couldn't do it, if I can do it, you can do it. I love myself today, just the way I am. Okay? And I'm still working towards evolving into a better version of me. And I don't have any ill will towards anyone today or anybody from the past because that's not serving me well. I want to do things that add value to my life. And having unforgiveness, it doesn't add value to your life. It's a weight that you have on your back. Makes it harder for you to get down the street of life because you got to make sure you hang on to that unforgiveness, that big old heavy bag that's maybe 60 pounds of cement. You got to remind yourself as soon as you wake up in the morning, throw that on your back. You're mad at this person, and that person. Nope. New beginnings. You got this. Let them bags go. Focus on you. Put your eyes on God. Ask him for the strength, wisdom, peace. Lord, I thank you for this day. I thank you for everybody out here, all my family and friends that's tuning in. I just ask you to give them what they need. Help them to be able to tap in to themselves and to you. Those that need to make changes, especially in these toxic relationships where they need to be able to let go and move on and evolve into their higher selves so that they can do more and other things for your glory, to help other people out there to know that they can do it too. So touch my family and friends. Give them the wisdom, the courage, the peace, the guidance, the direction, the confidence, the courage to get up and do what they need to do to move forward and walk away from anything that is not serving them well, anything that's not in your plan for them, God. Bless them, keep them, cover them. Cover the households, as we always say, from the infants up through the grandparents. Let your peace be there. Let your angels protect them as they come and go. Heal every illness. Give them grace and peace to get through it. In Jesus' name, I love you, family and friends. I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Max? Oh, he's gone downstairs. All right, guys, I love you. I got to call my mom back. Love you guys. Bye. For now, see you in the next video. Okay?